Love, the sweet, sweet nectar of the gods. What is this, actually? Love is that which trusts all things, allows all things, and embraces all things. In other words, it is pure presence. It is the energy of being, the energy of existence of God itself that we all in truth are collectively, translated into the concept of space that we are using to explore our infinite self. When you are in a state of oneness, in a state of pure presence, of perfect neutrality, in the center point between the two energies of good and bad, when you simply exist, you realign your awareness, your consciousness with the truth of your being. You are then in perfect harmony, in perfect resonance with existence itself. And that means that your consciousness has then been opened up to the truth of all things that are seemingly around you. You begin to perceive the goodness, the holiness in every single thing that you're experiencing. Suddenly things begin to make sense. Revelations are appearing within your consciousness and they simply make sense. And you are happy beyond comprehension. Suddenly things arise that create within you a feeling that is desirable, that those feelings that are good, holy, beautiful, because all those things are variations of the love that alone exists. And the love that alone exists is once again a translation of the resonance between the all-encompassing infinite self with the seemingly individualized version of self, which of course is also infinite. So when you are consciously aligning your awareness by focusing on presence, again, you will see the truth of all things. Suddenly things will begin to make sense. You will experience the goodness in all things, but also you will draw to yourself or tune yourself into those kinds of experiences that give to you that feeling that is desirable, that which you truly like and enjoy. Everything that creates within you a feeling of perfection, basically. But here comes the but. When you are, on the other hand, identifying yourself with the body and therefore believe yourself to be separate and therefore abide in a state of dissonance and therefore receive translations of that dissonance that is fear, anxiety, anger, and all the rest, anything that creates within you a anxious feeling. Then you not only close your conscious recognition to the truth of all that is around you, but you also, because you abide in that state, create more of that which is like the state of dissonance. So you create, in other words, things that you do not prefer, right? That you would actually like to push away. When you think about it, when good things happen, for the moment, of course, you're feeling amazing and you stick to that feeling, but you quite quickly let it go. But then, when something, in comparison to that, something negative happens, you hold on to that negativity because you want to solve the problem. You don't want to experience the things that you dislike. And when things happen that you dislike, and you believe yourself to be separate and therefore alone, you try to forcefully because you can only rely on yourself to solve the problem, to avoid, basically, to experience or avoid experiencing that one thing that is not desirable or alike once again. So you focus on it. And what are you doing then, essentially, when you are focusing on the state of separation? Even if the reason would be that you want to solve the problem, essentially what you're doing when you're brutally honest with yourself is focusing on the state of dissonance in a continuous basis, moment to moment. And what are you doing then? Creating more of those things. So, what is the remedy? What is the solution? The ultimate solution to living a life of resonance and therefore of love and all these variations, all the things that are perceived consciously as being desirable. Very simple. Take a few steps back. Breathe deeply a few times. Allow yourself to focus consciously on the breath, which is a state of pure neutrality. When you are in a state of neutrality, you will breed the feeling of peace. And that feeling of peace will then be reflected seemingly outwards as a direct experience, which means everything that will give you the perception of peace will manifest itself into your present reality. Which means the problems that you had previously will be solved by their own, without your forceful intervention, because you believe you are separate. Once you are focusing your awareness onto a state of peace, everything that then follows will be colored by that peace. So therefore, that peace will then be reflected back as direct experience. Remember, you are the master of your own fate. You are the infinite, omnipotent God of your own experience. You are an infinite reality. Only you can decide what road you take. And it doesn't matter in truth what direction you take, because all directions are fundamentally still based in love, and you will still remember your full self and explore your highest potential. But there is a short road home and a longer road, and it is all in your hand. You are all powerful, so choose.